Wednesday. Thanks for joining us. And it's Superhero Day. Hey. Alright, so it's going to be a really fun day today. And I know everyone's waiting to hear what superhero we pick. So it's going to be exciting. We really appreciate all the people that did drawings for us. That was really awesome. So for the people that don't know me, my name is Dominique. Everyone calls me Dom. I own the business with my mom, Anne Marie, and she is here with me helping with the demo. We go live every Wednesday at 3 o'clock. Every week we try to do a different focus. This week we're going to be doing a superhero that was drawn by one of our local children. If you check out our previous posts, I did make a little video where you can see all of the beautiful drawings that came in, and we promised that we would choose one for today. Before we get into that real quick, we do have one little special thing going on. We are doing $20 mystery sun catchers. So if you're watching this and you want to support us, we're selling our typical sun catchers that we used to sell out of our gift shop for 50% off. And what you get is a surprise. So it's a mystery bag status. It's a lot of fun. They're all really beautiful. And those are up on our website. So if you could help us clean out. The last order of business that I just wanted to talk about really quickly before we jump into talking about what superhero we were going to do. We no longer have a gift shop, but we have new neighbors, Chaotic Lily, and they are doing an open house this Saturday. So we want to love and support our neighbors. So please consider coming by their open house. They are here Wednesday through Saturday. So if you're not available on Saturday, feel free to come at another time. And the superhero that we chose today is Mermeadow. So Mermeadow is a mermaid. She helps clean the ocean. Her net cape helps her scoop the trash out. So it is a beautiful mermaid with a net cape. But surprise, we decided that we were going to do one more. We're not going to do it today, but we're going to do it next week. And the second one that we chose is Powell the Owl. So go ahead and check out our previous post so you can see what Powell's superpowers are. We're going to do him next week. This week we're going to do Mermeadow. Alright, so to start Mermeadow, we're going to start working on her cape that cleans the trash out. And I'm assuming the cape is kind of netting. So we're going to do that by pulling out what we call a stringer. A stringer is a thin strand of glass. We're going to make it white. And we'll kind of pull it into a crisscross pattern to use later. So to start, I have a solid rod. I'm going to go get a little bit of glass from my furnace. My furnace right now is at 2,197 degrees. And as it has been frequently, it's pretty low. If it were full, it holds 145 pounds of melted clear glass. But because you are all so wonderful, Wednesdays is the day we fill our orders. We spend all day filling orders. We used almost all of our glass up. Our kiln is chock full, and we are super grateful for you. So I rolled in a little bit of white color. We call this Fritz, F-R-I-T, Fritz. And I'm going to go in it one more time just to make sure that our netting is a really dense color. So this is just colorful glass that is the same color as the same type of glass that is in the furnace. This is a little bit of a chunkier color. The white tends to kind of lose its vibrancy. So I'm going in it a few times and I'm using thicker color. That way we won't lose our netting look. And you see what I got right here? Just a little blob. Now we're gonna stretch it long. So we call this a stringer. And for the people that are just tuning in, we're making Mermeadow the mermaid. And she has a really sweet cape that I'm assuming is kind of a netting pattern because it helps clean the ocean. So I got that glass nice and hot and I'm starting to stretch it out. I don't want to stretch it too fast because it'll get really thin. I don't want to stretch it too slow because then it'll cool down and we won't get any more material out of it. But you see, this kind of glass does stay hot for a good amount of time, and I would say that we got enough material to make a pretty nice net right here, right guys? So I'm going to ditch our net material over here on this table. Once it's cooled down enough for my ma to touch, she's going to chop it up, kind of give it a crisscross pattern, and we'll do that for later. Fun part of the demo so far, right? I want to make sure that bit didn't go in the hose. It's okay. So now we're going to start with Mermeadow's tail. So I know this picture is a little dark, but she's a mermaid. So we're gonna start by kind of having a rod where her tail starts, and then the tail will be the farther away part. We decided to make her tail sparkly green. And I've got a rod, getting a little bit of glass. So this is 2,200 degree glass. Pretty awesome, right? And her tail is going to be a little bigger than this, but first I'm going to let it cool down. So I can go back in and get a little more. Like I said, we had a really big work day today. Furnace is a little low, so sometimes it makes it hard to collect glass. Just gonna give it a little moment, and then we're gonna go back in and get some more material. Yeah. So we've got some sparkly green. It's called Adventurine Green. Color company called. But the number for glass blowing people is R59. And it's an opaque, pretty opaque, really dense green that has a lot of like metal sparkles on it. I've got more material. You can say this is definitely enough for a tail. And once more, this is just clear. So I'm going to roll in the green. It's close behind you. Maybe we'll roll in the green one more time. Alright, so now we gotta start looking at this material. What is attached to the pipe will be where her belly goes, and what is at the end of the pipe down here will be where her tail is. So I'm going to organize our material a little. Then we're going to start making it look like a mermaid tail. First, we gotta make the little mark where we want it to break free from her belly. We call this the neckline. And we say, please break here later. Thank you. Look, it's flopping around like a fish, right? Already looks like a mermaid. I'm using a lot of wet newspaper to kind of organize and stabilize this. The newspaper start catching on fire just a smidge, so we squirt some water on it, and then it's rolling on steam. Now we want to start working on her fins, or the very tip of her tail. So I'm going to heat it up, and I'm going to use these metal scissors to cut it. So that glass is already kind of cold. I'm reheating it over here in this reheating furnace. But I'm just sticking the tip of her tail in because that's all we want to work right now. When I go sit down, will you pick the green up? In a minute. Glass blowing in here is a team activity, so you rarely do things by yourself. It takes a lot of communication to make sure that everything's set up the way that it needs to be, and the setup changes constantly throughout the piece. So we took a good amount of time to discuss how we were going to do this beforehand. That way we're both on the same page. But you'll listen and hear that we'll have to keep communicating throughout to keep working through the process. So I made our little tail flat, now I'm going to cut it. And I really appreciate you all tuning in. Not sure where you're all from, but it kind of turned out to be a pretty nice day here. It looked like rain this morning. I actually kept my puppy at home. That way she wasn't hanging outside in the rain. She doesn't really like being in the studio with all the fire. But it turns out to be really sunny looking out there. And it's pretty darn hot in here, I'm not gonna lie. Maybe that means it is gonna rain later. Oh, that's awesome. I didn't know that.
Yeah, Kathy Marshall.
Cool.
Yay, Kathy!
So we got a proud grandma watching. Our granddaughter's drawing.
Yay, thanks, Kathy.
And we love it. So we just gave her little tail some texture. And now I'm going to ask my mom to do what we call flashing, because she has beautiful, I don't know, I want to call it rhinestones, almost like bedazzles. I know it's hard to see. All around her belly and the tip of her tail. So I have some solid colors, and I'm just going to decorate a little bit using a torch.
It's flopping like pins, that's for sure.
Say it again.
It's flopping like pins.
Oh yeah, it looks like fins. It's nice when you have a piece with movement in it, because the glass loves to move, so it is very fish-like. So I've got a bunch of random colors. I'm going to do some random dots around her belly and her tail. And these are solid colors that are the same kind of glass that I have in my furnace. And this is a propane oxygen torch. Stop. And I'm using it to heat up the color, kind of draw on it like a really hot pencil, leaving our little bedazzle marks around the tip of her tail and her waist. Flash. And that was like a reddy colors, and I got like an orange color. It's a rainbow bedazzle. Trying to keep true to the artist's interpretation of this. And I'll admit it is quite toasty on my hand. This glass is hot. If I were smart, I'd have a glove for my left hand because it's hanging out over a really hot mass. But you know. Alright, we got red, we got orange. We gotta do some blue because that's my favorite color. Maybe we'll do bigger dots of blue. And so if you're watching this and you have any questions, I love to answer them. If you're watching this later, feel free to type them in too. I make sure to check it out every once in a while. We get between 2,000 to 3,000 people looking at these videos, and we are really grateful. We've been doing this every week. Want to heat for a while. Been doing this every week for quite a few months now. All of our past videos are up on our little YouTube channel, so you can check it out in that format if you're looking for a good rainy day activity, if the rain ever comes today. Okay, I'm just going to do one more color. This is a light blue. Blue is my favorite color. She's going to have like a pinky little shell bra, and she also has pink hair, but I gotta put some of what I like in there too. And in other news, we just hit 9,000 likes on Facebook. 9,000. We are super honored. We have got 9,000, I don't know, like 300 followers. So we've been over that mark for a little while, but 9,000 likes. Can't even believe it. And guess what? We've been in business for over 9 years, so maybe that matches quite well. But if you appreciate what we do always ask for a share and make sure that you have liked our page. But little things like that don't cost any money at all. Whoop. Our fins got a little hot and flipped over. But it really helps. Helps spread the word about what we do. We are super grateful to have survived a pandemic, still making our art. And we had to do a whole bunch of pivots, which mostly means changing all the stuff we do to online. And we appreciate your support with that in any way you can give it. I'm kind of twirling her tail over, and then we're going to get ready to flip her over. So we're going to have to watch out that her little fins don't get too cold later. They're going to want to jump off. But we got to give her a belly and a head and a neck so she can clean the ocean, right? Okay. Quick flash, but yeah. Yeah, quick flash. It's still hot. So my mom's keeping this warm. I'm going to give this a little landing zone. We call it a bit. That'll give us some protection, making sure she doesn't jump off my punty later. Not until we're ready, little mermaid lady. quick flash. Alright, got a little stringer on our tail, but wasn't heated in all the way. Okay, so we got our landing zone. Now we're gonna make what's called a punty. A punty is a solid rod with a little bit of glass on it, and it's gonna support the weight of our mermaid for the rest of the time that we play with her. A punty, or a temporary handle, is used for almost all blown glass pieces. If you're looking at a cup or a bowl or a vase, maybe you see a little mark on the bottom. Flash again and then I'll be ready. That mark is from this punty. It allows us to flip it over and work the other side. So I've got this punty, put it on our little landing zone. I'm gonna kind of reach over and block your view for a minute. Drop in water where we want it to break. Vibration breaks us free at our weakest point. And now we're good to get ready to put our body on. First I'm gonna kind of heat up and smooth her little belly regions. But it's pretty awesome that that little bit of glass is supporting this, right? So far her tail is solid. So it's a few pounds for sure. And then we're holding it on the end of a 5-foot rod, which magnifies that weight. And then we're gonna keep adding more and more parts on her. So I'm loving the fun challenge. And she looks wicked cute so far. I really like the addition of the decorations around the top and bottom of her tail. Props to the original artist for that. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to make her belly, so flash really deep. I'm going to make her like belly, chest up to her neck on a different rod. And I'm going to use this color called Iris Gold. And I chose this color because I think it's a little gold and shiny, but it also could be a lot of different shades of skin color too, so we don't have to make any decisions on that. Sometimes it can have a little bit of a rainbow effect. And it's the same color we watched last week's demo of our person on the world, which did survive. I think if you're on our Facebook group, then you know that. If you're not on our Facebook group, then you're missing out on a whole bunch of fun content. Try not to overwhelm people with sharing things on our main page all the time. We always have a lot of activities going on though, so you can find a lot of that flash deep. You can find a lot of that on our Facebook group, and it's called Friends of Terrapin Glass. Alright, I got some body color. I got some body mass. And I'm gonna go in the color. Shape it a little on the metal table. Go ahead and flash. We gotta make sure our tail doesn't get too cold. Shape her body just a smidge more, and then we'll put it together. So when glass is hot, it likes to stick. So I'm going to heat this up a little bit. You want to flash and heat the top of the tail a little. we'll put it together at the bench where you can see. Okay, you can flash and go sit down. And I've got some glass right here. We're gonna get it on there pretty good. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Thank you. We're gonna cut it. Flashed. And then we'll work on that steel and start shaping her body. Keep the top. And then she has a pink shell top, which is really cute. So once our body is shaped, we'll make her little shell top. Make sure her body is sealed to her tail pretty well. And then we'll organize it out a little bit. Gotta make sure her little tail doesn't hit me in the hand as I'm playing with her body. It's looking pretty good. Maybe do that a little bit more. Then we're gonna add her shell parts. So the glass is always heating and cooling. I'm heating it up over here in my little reheating furnace. This runs on propane and air. And then I can go sit down and shape it however I like. And I'm gonna kind of flatten her body to the side with the wet newspapers, just like depicted in the drawing. Okay. Alright, do you want to flash? Now it's time for her shell top. We're going to do that by just taking little bits of pink out of the furnace. Oh, we got pink already. Want to flash deep again? And we got to keep flashing her or else her little tail's going to want to jump off on us. Kind of thin, and because it's near the bottom it gets a little cold. I grabbed some glass from the furnace, rolled in an opaque light pink, heating it up. I'm next to you. Want to go ahead in again? Then we'll add our cute little shell top. Long flash. Okay. And this is an opaque light pink flip right here. Tail towards my thing. our little shell top going on. Long deep flash. And want to keep the top for a little bit. We'll give her a little bit of ridges on her shell top. And then we're going to work on her head. I think we've got most of it. So we got a head, and we got some, I think it's pink hair. Deep flash. Okay. Give her a little bit of lines for her shell top. Okay, did you put the iris gold away? I need that for the head. And then we're gonna make our head. She looks pretty cute so far. Looks a little funny without a head though. It'll put it all together. Those are just fine how they are. It probably won't work that way. I'll have to go in and, yep, deep flash. Okay, so head's on a separate rod again. Used a lot of rods for this mermaid lady. And her head's gonna be like a little marble. So this would be a little too small. Gonna wait and go back in and get a smidge more. She's looking beautiful. Deep flash again. Going in the color, making sure it's the same color as the body, which is a color called iris gold. So it's kind of sparkly, rainbowy gold color. Organize it a little so I can check out my mask. Go for it. But we gotta make sure her body doesn't crack while we're doing that. Right. You can rest if you need to. Okay, so this will be her little head. Just gotta get it onto her body. Long flash. Okay. Flip. Stop. Go that way. Now we're gonna cover up this funny cut spot with our hair in a sec. I'm gonna take it for a sec, heat her head, make sure it's on. Okay, we got a mermaid lady, we got a mermaid head, gotta put her hair on, then we're gonna give her some eyeballs and a smile, and then the most important part is her mermaid net, so that she can clean up the ocean, because that's her superpower, and it is definitely a valid one. Okay, we're good with rods. Or we need one more, yeah. Flash. Making mermaid hair. Making sure mermaid doesn't get too cold while we do it. And her mermaid hair is going to be a magenta color. Maybe we'll put hints of pink to match her shell top too. I'm gonna let her fall on center right here. Flash. Flash again. The whole bottom's pretty cold. Deeper. Okay. There we go. Gotta make sure our mermaid lady doesn't get too cold and jump off the rod before we're ready. Flip. No, yep. Flip. And just keep the hair. Got it. She's getting pretty tall. She's kind of almost got a sideways mohawk right now, but we're gonna take that hair and we'll pull it down to the back of her head. There we go. Now she's got some hair and it's beautiful. Okay, she's missing her face, so we'll get that next in a minute. Black and red. First, let's give her a little bit of hair fluff. A beautiful mermaid drawing. Okay, flash. Flash. Okay. Yep. Face down. Face up. Give her a little smirk like she has in the drawing. Flash. Give her some eyeballs. And then the last thing she needs is her neck. Flip. little shaky over here. Okay, I want to heat her head for a little bit till the color comes back. Flash first. Flash deep. Okay, so for the net we got some crisscross action. Gonna pick it up and just put it on like the illusion of a net. Okay, flash long and deep till the tail starts getting a little color again. Got a little bit of clear glass, and we have our stringer that we pulled out at the beginning. If you missed that part, we'll keep this video up forever so you can rewatch some. But she needs a net so that she can clean up the ocean. And her net is kind of like a cape. So we're just going to put it on her back. Almost like a little Santa Claus bag. She's beautiful. Okay, deep flash again. Long. Rest on the bench. Got a little net for her. Kind of hang out on her side. Flash. Beautiful.
I like her netting.
Yes, her netting is very special. Net cape. Alright. Want to just kind of heat the whole thing up till it's wiggling around a little bit. So we're going to try to put her on a little stand. That way she stands up. She's pretty much done. But, ooh, my mic comes in and out. We got to say a little prayer to the glass gods that she jumps off that punty right. Come on out and let it cool down for a little bit. So, glass can break at any time throughout the process. We could hit it and it could have fallen on the ground, but it can still break even if we get it safely in the kiln. So it's never a done deal, but she's pretty successful. She's beautiful right now. So I've got a little plop of glass. And we're gonna make her a little stand to stand on. And can you get her to fall right here for a while? Stay right there. Long deep flash. Okay, you want to deliver it to her to me at the bench? Okay, everybody, let's get your glass god prayers on. Please break free without breaking. Please break free without breaking. We want her to break off here. And then we're gonna put her on her little stand. So hopefully she can stand up on a shelf and make somebody really, really happy. She broke free. Hopefully our stand's not too cold. She's looking pretty cute. She's a little weenie. Let's see if we can pull her straight. Can you see her, everyone? What a nice, beautiful superhero mermaid. Alright, she's got to go off in the kiln, and because she's so thick and solid, she's going to take a long time to cool down. So you can join us on our Facebook group, and I'll make sure to post it probably Friday when I dare take her out of the kiln. So thanks so much for spending your time with us. We really, really appreciate you. Next week we're going to do one more drawing, and it's Powell the Owl. We really appreciate everybody that gave us submissions of superheroes. They were all really thoughtful and beautiful. If you're looking for a beautiful sun catcher to hang in your window, we do have our sun catcher sale going on for mystery bags for $20. And last but not least, please, please, please support our neighbors, Chaotic Lily. They have an open house this weekend. We want them to do awesome, so they stay with us forever. Bye.
What stopped? The recording? No, it didn't.